tough. It's a tough decision. It's a decision I have to make every day when I show up and when I leave my office. And I'm telling you, I'm not proud of that. And I can't tell you what the rational thought process is, but either way I lose. What's up, everybody? Rob Ferretti here, and we're in my shop. Cars are back. Some of them are out. Most of them are out. I got these two back right now, but they both go back out. As you see, lovely shop of cars, right? Some of them are older, some of them are newer, but they all have one thing in common. Nobody wants to destroy them, right? And unfortunately, we're not in a position to try to help protect these collectible cars, these Toyotas and Lexuses and Ferraris and Porsches and green Alphas, which I'm still waiting on somebody to give me money for. Not you guys. I'm not selling it to you. I'm now, whatever. This is lovely. It's nice to have. The problem is there's no way to get here without driving down the worst road in America. I have this, a 25-foot tape measure, which I'm not going to need. I only need 10 feet. I'm going to go out there and look if I can find a stretch of road of this entire street that leads into my shop from either direction. I'm going to look for a 10-foot by 10-foot square, which is pretty much half of this. I'm going to look and see if there's that much pavement that is usable. Like when I say usable, like this. Just a little swatch of pavement. I'm confident, pretty confident that there's not. Let's go find out. All right, so behind me is Route 4, and this is how everybody is coming off the exit, right? They're coming off and they're greeted to my street with this lovely collection of potholes, which doesn't look too bad, but it's at least like 3 or 4 inches deep in the worst parts, and it just keeps going. So if you're carrying a little too much speed into the turn, it's a little unsettling on your car. That should probably get fixed. The other way is to get to my street. You're gonna come down here, which the road is actually all right, or this is the street, the other end of Alfred Avenue, which is also garbage. I just see no reason to go there. So what I'm gonna try to do here is find just a 10-foot stretch of this roadway. 10 feet, I got my tape measure here. 10 feet by 10 feet that isn't completely screwed. And we're gonna take a little walk here and see why I'm sort of annoyed with the town of Teaneck for no matter how, and this is filled, the amount of times people have complained, and there's an issue, and don't ignore my talking while I walk, because this is all, there's not even anything worth measuring yet. The town of Teaneck, you call them and they don't do anything. The problem is this is a public road. So even if all the businesses here said, like, you know what, it's $4 a square foot to pave this stuff, let's everybody throw in 30 grand and we'll repave the road. We can't even do it. It's not our position to repave the road. And I mean, as we just walk down here, I mean, we're going to walk all the way down there and we're just looking for 10 feet. And this is not me trying to fool around. I know what 10 feet looks like. And this is just not smooth. When I'm talking about like a good piece of road, just consider this here like a good representative piece of road, but it's like 3 feet by 3 feet. And this is all, it's just waiting to collapse, not collapse, but it's waiting to get worse. But nothing here. And you would think, right? You would think that the road going to the people that are paying the most taxes, which is the businesses, would be taken care of. Well, you'd be wrong. Now, we're making our way down here. I would say, I don't know if this is even considered road. No, yeah, see, it's just not even level, not even, like, this is probably the best little swath of road, and it's not even good. Now, we're gonna, and I just don't want this to be a 40-minute video of me walking down the street, but I'm just looking for one spot that I can actually measure. Now, this doesn't look bad, right? You're like, oh, there's a little hole. But that little hole, when you hit it with your car, you feel it. Now, let me, like, we're only talking it's about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches deep. But yeah, it's like 2 inches is, let's say this is a little curb, which you'd feel this going over it, and that's about 1/2 inch. So, I mean, it's funny because I understand all these like planning boards and zoning boards. There's got to be a budget line item to redo this road at some point in time. And I mean, this is same sort of thing, like 1.5 inches deep. That's pretty standard, 1.5 inches. But there's just nothing. Look at this. There is nothing smooth about this. Now, this hole's bad. I'm not. That's more that guy's problem because it's pulling into his driveway. But it is part of the road that should be repaired. But like, if you drove down this road, it's absolutely like, look at these cars bumping down this road. I feel bad for the suspension. It's got to be doing damage to my rental cars. It's got to be doing damage to my cars. You have to sort of crawl through here, which is not the purpose of a shitty road. Just tell me if you think I'm skipping over a 10-foot section, because I'm clearly not. This is where it gets really bad, because there's always trucks that park on the side here, and you don't have a choice but to, like, there's no way to get through here without hitting something. Like, this is like the stretch of like, just pucker up and hold on. This one looks nice. And these, when they fill with water, are even worse. 3 inches. I was gonna say that's a 10 by 10, but not really, because you have 10 feet like here, but it doesn't go 10 feet there because you got the crack running down it. When they fill with water, you don't even know what you're driving into, which sucks. Just for context, we started up there and we haven't found a 10 by 10 yet. Nah. Thinking maybe this, but it's still all like cracked and uneven. This little patch, even the patch of repair isn't that good. But that patch, if it wasn't for that little corner with the little holes in it, may have been my 10 by 10. Making our way. Like, this is no good. This is what I drive every day to get to the office. And this road is absolute trash. Speaking of trash. Yo, if you dump garbage on the side of a road, there's so many people that go and they like throw crap in here. I swear, just go find a dumpster. You're better off illegally dumping in somebody's dumpster versus just throwing it on the side of the road. Like, I hate that. It's like the worst people on the planet that do that. You see couches, garbage. The tire may have come off a truck, but that's separate. But like, just people come and they dump their garbage. Here's somebody's fence. Like, it's not like they're ruining the ambiance of the crappy road, but still. Like, somebody came over here just to discard their fence. You're a piece of crap. You're as bad as this road. You're the human version. You're this road personified. You're terrible. This guy put firewood here. Somebody could use that. Garbage bags. I mean, again, don't think that's wait a second. This isn't bad. 8 feet, 9 feet. Let's see if we got it. Trying to do this with, let's see. There's 10 feet right there. Let's lock this tape measure and see if we can get it. All right. I think we got it here. 10 by 10. There's a square. We had to go all the way down from there to find one, probably 2 squares. This, if you've made it this far, you should be able to enjoy at least 20 feet of smooth roadway before continuing on into the crap. But this is like the worst. I call out anyone. If you have a crappier road than this, you let me know. But this is 4 miles from Manhattan. This is just outside New York City, which probably has worse roads, to be fair. But this is like a small town that you'd expect better from. And especially when the business owners are saying, like, look, we're not happy with this. You think you should do something? You probably want to listen to those guys. And it's a week for a place to come out here, rip this up, and it's good for 25 years, 30 years. You don't have to worry about it. And instead we get this. So if you ever want to come to my shop, and it's like embarrassing, like I'll have like car shows or like Northeast Drivers Club will come out, or we'll do like an open house at my shop, and everybody's got to drive like $1 million cars, several $100,000 cars down these roads, and this is one way in, and there's only one other way into my street, and I'll take you over there now, and I'm going to skip the video, and it's not better. I swear to you it's not, but it's even worse. It's shorter, but it's worse. So do you want to go over the worst part for like 15 seconds, or do you want to go over the like still shitty part for like 40 seconds? And it's tough. It's a tough decision. It's a decision I have to make every day when I show up and when I leave my office. And I'm telling you, I'm not proud of that. And I can't tell you what the rational thought process is, but either way I lose. So there's my shop there. Just for context, that's the road that comes in. This is the only other way in. Now this is questionable because now people are wondering, the building is half in Englewood and half in Teaneck, New Jersey. Now this road sort of goes unclaimed, that nobody knows who exactly owns it. And I'm sure somebody does. This stuff is measured down to like the inch. There's surveyors that come out and mark everything, but nobody wants to claim responsibility because nobody wants to deal with it. And somebody came in and filled it in probably 2 months ago, and it's still garbage. Now this is why I say this is worse. So what I do is I usually come in that way, but you contend with this first, but you avoid this. This is the main thing you want to avoid, because this one is good. This one is about 5 inches to the top of this. That's you want to avoid that, because you know what? A curb is about 5 inches too. So you want to avoid driving over that at all times. Now you try to come through, so I actually make my way in here. Got to take this one, got to take this one. I'm writing off that portion of the road, but even though you look over there, it doesn't look that bad for half the car, but the other half of the car has to go through this. I thump my way through this. I try to hug the bushes as close as I can here, but again, like not pretty. Like this is an industrialized country, folks. There's a gas line over here, but that's not the biggest problem. But like, these are not fun. This is like quite embarrassing to have customers come in. Even when I'm in an Uber on my way back from an airport or something like that, you just like what? I feel bad for the dude that has to drive down the road. I'm like, sorry, I'm at the end of this. And you just see everybody like cringing and destroying their cars. Here you go. There is not, I don't even think you can find a 2 foot by 2 foot on this road. And now here's the biggest kicker, right? There's a gate that I have. This road is fine coming in here. This is standard road, right? This is not perfect, but very drivable. I have a gate right there, but when they leave it open, everybody drives through instead of driving on the crap, because why wouldn't you? And the landlord doesn't want that happening, so we can't have that gate. So fun's over. I've got to drive this every day. It's the worst. And I'm hoping through some sort of activism, maybe a couple of t-shirts, we're able to make Alfred Avenue great again. And I don't know if it was ever great. It must have been great at some point in time, not since I've been alive, because this is well beyond the lifespan of a standard road. And yeah, so I don't know, town of Teaneck, New Jersey, you guys want to hit them up, you let them know, you send them this video, and you have anyone, mayor, whatever, town organizer, town secretary, somebody put their name on this road and be like, yeah, no, that's good. No, that's perfectly all right. Because the only thing you could do to say this is all right is try to find one that's worse and say, well, it's not as bad as Decatur Avenue. I'm making that name up. But like, this is genuinely, I mean, you want to hear me complain about something. Every day I drive down this, I'm swearing to the governmental gods that they will come in here and take care of this. And you, oh yeah, that's slated to get taken care of. It's on our list. I'd like to see what's in front of this on that list. Pretty much tell the guy it's on the list. And then what's next? Tell the guy it's on the list. That's the list. Rob Ferretti, Thanks for watching. Wish me luck. If this road gets paved, I will let you know. I will be the first one out here. I'll be making lemonade for the guys. I'll be out here giving them beers after their shift is over. I can't wait. And there's no real solution for it. I mean, when you're dealing with governmental stuff, the only solution is to sit there and wait. And that's sort of no fun. But now, go back to my little island oasis of cars. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.